And we're back. And we're back. Listen, I very seldomly have a guest, but today I wanted to have a guest because some areas that I am not good on, I want people who are more learned to be able to speak on issues. I mean, I feel like I do know everything, but sometimes, I don't. But anyway, so here we go. We have today with us, I was going to say attorney, and I have to forget that he is not an attorney, although he is very, very learned. We also today have Skip Mongo on. Let's give him a hand.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Skip. So listen.
Good afternoon, y'all.
That's attorney. Listen, you know what I said, Skip? I'm going to go ahead and change my name, my first name, to George. And that way, everybody's just call me Judge. I'm going to say, girl, what's your name? I'm going to say, Judge, what you thought? What you thought? Listen, it's a pleasure.
Listen, that's what everybody know you as.
Yeah.
You're the honorable attorney, Von Desmond.
Oh, okay. All right. So listen,
okay.
Skip, tell us about, we're talking today about what happened, how all these people get kicked off the ballot. And you have a company and you do petitions. Is that my understanding?
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit about, a lot of people really don't understand that running for office is not just about, having a good idea and wanting to share it with anybody. It's a lot of work. And primarily, it's a lot of work. And what are the requirements? I get a good idea. I want to run. What do I have to do normally? What is a petition?
Well, let me say this. It depends on what you're running for. Now, like state representatives, state senators, they sign a sworn affidavit stating that everything is a contract. Legal.
So let me ask this to you, Skip. Let me ask this question to you.
I'm sorry.
When I want to run, I have to get petitions to get on the ballot. Is that right?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, and there are a couple that you don't.
Judicial candidates, the mayoral candidates, city council, United States Congress, all district court judges, local judges, as well as superior court judges, circuit court judges, probate judges, all judges of every court have to, they're nominated by petition. The governor, the same way.
Okay, so now let me ask this question. How many signatures do you need?
Well, it varies in the last, I'm going to take your former seat as an example. Years ago, maybe before the last census, the required number was 5,000 minimum. No, I'm sorry, yours was 6,000 minimum, 12,000 maximum. District court was 4,000 minimum, 8,000 maximum. So whatever the minimal amount of signatures that you can turn in, you double that, and that's the maximum amount of signatures. And when we talk about petitions and signatures, these are signatures of the registered voters.
So, right. So you have to be a registered voter in order to sign a petition from the state or the county.
Voter and live in the same district that the person whose petition you're signing is running. So, for instance, I can't be a registered voter in Oakland County and sign with a Wayne County Circuit Court judge. And people in Wayne County can't sign petitions for anyone in Oakland County. Also, when we get down to the district court level, I can't live in Detroit and sign a petition for someone who's running for judge in Highland Park or Hamtramck.
Okay, now let me ask this question to you.
In those respective cities.
What happened? Okay, we got the gubernatorial, so they gotta live in Michigan. What happened with the petitions? Why is James Craig, Percy Johnson not on the ballot?
Okay. It's not just as simple as they didn't get the.
They got signatures. They got all the signatures.
Needed. No, well, they didn't get the amount of ballot signatures.
What do you mean ballot signatures?
You always let me start from scratch, if I may.
Go ahead.
Yeah. When you have a petition and when you run into office, the very first thing that anyone, the foundation of every campaign, is your petition drive, because that's your nominating petition. That means that you'll be nominated whatever office that you're running for. So without that, guess what? There is no campaign. So, granted, I don't name any names because I don't want to, embarrass anybody or put anybody on front. I can tell you, and I'm going to paint this picture, but I'm not going to name any names. The gubernatorial election, I believe it was 2002.
Okay.
When Jennifer Granholm was first elected governor. I was working on a campaign. We were out trying to get signatures, the campaign was, on a governor's race. We were out gathering signatures all the way up into the next morning, the morning of the filing deadline. And I promise you, and you know me, there's every single day that I walk into that campaign office, I ask them, where are we on signatures? Oh, no, we're fine. A huge mistake and this was a seasoned politician, the huge mistake that I see people make from all the way from the top of that ticket, governor, all the way to the bottom. And I'm not down to anybody's role, but I'll say all the way in the middle. Let's just say city councils, judicial. How many times have you heard or you've asked where we are with signatures? They say, oh my.
So let me ask a question. And you know what, you're kind of going in.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You're kind of going in and out a little bit. So I'm trying to, because it's breaking up a little bit on my end. But here's the situation. So you get people.
I'm sorry.
And you know what it is? It's a bad connection. That's what I think. But
and I'm out of town and I'm actually inside of a hotel room, so this might be a bad connection. I apologize.
No. Now you're much better. So let me ask this question.
Okay.
You get somebody to sign the petitions, right? Now,
yes.
Say for instance, you got to put a date on there. What if they put their birthday on there? Does that make the petition valid? So you can't just scratch no name through no line through that?
No. Listen, no. You as the circulator or the candidate, or anybody, only the person that signs that petition could do anything with that line. If Vonda Evans at 1234 Main Street, born January 1st, 1990, signs that petition and walk away, that line, number one, no one else can do anything. The only thing that you can do with that is scratch a line through it. You can scratch it off because somewhere on that petition, she made some type of mistake. But no, the circulator, the candidate, or no one can doctor up anything. So if I sign, give all the pertinent information, and when I get down to that date, because you're right, Vonda, there's a lot of people who sign their birthday. A lot of people do that.
So let me ask this question.
Then that whole line is invalid. My signature is invalid.
Okay.
Now, hold on. Let me say this. we can correct it. And I will have to initial it at the top.
And a lot of people don't know that. So let me ask this question. How did allegedly the governor, Percy Johnson, and the other people, what happened with their signatures? Allegedly.
Allegedly, they hired a guy who's been doing this for a while, but this guy, the guy that they allegedly hired, has a criminal record. He has a past from fraud as it relates to petition drives in the past. This guy, if this is the guy,
now let me say this to you. Let me say this to you. Okay. Let me say this to you. Now follow along. Okay. I'm gonna say it. Skip ain't gonna say it. I'm saying this. James Craig leaves his job as a police chief. Percy Johnson, multimillionaire, and they trust somebody who has been convicted of petition fraud, but they're white. I'm saying that, you not. Okay. And so what they do is they don't vet this person. Now, let me say this to you. Why do I say that that's important? Because he was more trustworthy, in my belief, because he was a white man than he was black people. Skip, you've been doing this for 30 years. Probably, yeah. I don't want to be funny, but probably at least 40% of the people that are on the ballot, you put them on there. Why didn't we go to black petitioners? Why didn't we go to that? You know why? Because people don't want to do business and don't trust black businesses, me included. And we'll be back. Hold on, Skip. We're going to go to a commercial, and I want to talk about exactly. Now everything is done. We'll be right back. Just hold on, Skip. Don't leave me.